The District Council of Grant Stage 3 of the Tour of the Great South Coast starts here in Mount Gambier, works its way 140 kilometres south and along the coast to Port Macdonald. The overall night race leader, Jesse Kerrison, has a slender 6-second lead over Brenton Jones from Avanti Racing and a 5-second gap back to the third place rider in Jack Beckinsale from Avanti Racing.
Expecting some fireworks to begin with and then settle down, hopefully, maybe a break up the road, and if it comes back for a bunch sprint, then we'll be looking to get the job done.
At this stage, I'm really happy to work for Jesse. He's on great form. It's a different tour to the one I won last year. There's more time bonuses and less decisive road stages. But we'll play it by ear. If I get in a breakaway, I'll certainly push him.
It's quite still at the moment. I think once we get out onto the exposed roads, and 140 kilometres is a pretty long way to travel after two pretty difficult stages yesterday. So I think the racing is going to be quite difficult because there's only one KOM and there's a number of sprint points with time bonuses.
Going into today, we had a bit of pressure on our shoulders to defend the yellow, so we decided to try and let a break go early and then just keep it close and keep it safe.
And after 18 kilometres, a group including James Hepburn, Patrick Lane and Nicholas Katsonis were able to get off the front, and they were later joined by Jordan Stannis from the VIS team.
I guess yellow jersey in Kerrison, and his team had the job to defend the breakaway lead and let them not get too much of a lead. And for us, we took a back seat and used that to advantage.
They stretched the lead out to a maximum of 3.5 minutes, and that's when Team Budget Forklifts got onto the front of the peloton and controlled the pace.
We had Wes Goff, Marky Williams and Michael Vink just riding the front, and they did it all day. I think from 25k in till 10k to go, they were on the front.
And as the breakaway group approached the third sprint at 76 kilometres, James Hepburn decided to go it alone, only to be reeled back in by the three breakaway riders at kilometre 81. As the breakaway lead came down to 1 minute and 22 seconds, three riders took the opportunity to ride across to the leaders, including Michael Jaeger.
We're in a small team, so we wanted to be in a breakaway and go for the stage win. And I got up to the breakaway with 3 other riders, so we were 7 in front. I got some big turns, and one of the turns I got a gap and looked back, and they were not really chasing me, so I thought I'd just hit it and see how it goes, and there was 30 to go, so yeah, might happen, and I just went full on.
Michael Jaeger picked up the only King of the Mountains sprint on offer for the stage. And in the closing kilometres, the remainder of the breakaway group started to fall apart, with 2 riders trying to bridge across to their lone leader.
They came quickly, and when you look back and you can see the peloton and a lot of riders, you'll just, then the break is over and you'll just sit in.
Coming into the finish, we'd scooped up the break and it was turning into a big bunch kick, lead-out trains everywhere.
So the last final 5k was hectic, to be honest. I think our average speed would have been not far off 60k an hour, and unfortunately our team got a little bit isolated, so I was only left with RAF towards the last 2k's, and Avanti, Budget, AWS and even Warmel had a pretty good train going, so we had to sort of freestyle a little bit.
I was placed on Brenton's wheel, and with 300 to go, all the kicks started going.
I thought, well, you know what, I know I've got a good 500 metres in me, and when I saw the banner, a sprinter, you know how far you've got.
Sprinting ahead of the pack was Avanti Racing's Brenton Jones ahead of Shannon Johnson and Raphael Freinstein, both from Charter Mason.
Pretty happy to get the stage win, and from the bonus seconds at the finish line there, take the yellow jersey as well. So that was pretty much our plan today. If we could take the yellow, that'd be a great achievement.
Brenton got the win, which puts him in the jersey, which is a great ride, but there's a long way to go on this tour, so it's going to be good racing.